All right, we got metals being slammed, and crypto is now starting to surge. Clearly, there's a divergence in the narrative, and it's showing. This is worth talking about. Okay, so I want to take a minute, do a little market minute, where I just comb through some of the headlines, try to make sense of what's happening, and lots of things catching my attention. And I thought I was just check in, put together some thoughts or whatever, and share it with the community. And so, man, like this morning, woke up and did my typical routine, got ready to start my day, and checked some headlines and saw that silver touched $48. $48. And then literally within a very short amount of time, we experience a significant drawdown. And what I mean by significant, just look at what I'm talking about. So we touched 48, and the powers that be said that is too high, too soon. And lo and behold, approximately $2 was sold off quickly. The COMEX, aka the COMEX, did a good job of dumping an unimaginable amount of futures contracts into the market to suppress the price like they typically do. But what's different about this one is the momentum. And so right now we have so much upward force driving silver and gold that it requires a much greater and stronger effort to just cause the littlest of a dip in an all-time in a area of where we're experiencing relative 14-year highs of silver. And so just from like right here, you can see when this goes off the line here, even though they slammed at $2, I believe that this will be the springboard for a much greater catapult in silver, because silver is the most important metal that is undervalued, underappreciated, and underreported in human history, because it is the people's money. And the last thing the mainstream media, this administration, as well as the banking cartel, last thing they would want is for people to find out the true value and nature of silver in your physical possession as a way outside of their coffers. And so with that being the case, $48 silver right now, if you were to try to go to buy yourself some online or in your local coin shop, you're going to pay more than 50. So it's better to say that the actual price of silver at this current moment, an ounce, is above $50. And therefore, we're in all-time high territory. And so that's good news there. And on to the gold side. Gold is another thing that is continuously setting highs, and they have done a good job of doing the best they can to suppress it. Let me just zoom in here so you can see what I'm talking about here. And so you just look at gold from the beginning of this year alone, says it all. So literally for this past year, we are looking at some momentum that can't be ignored, regardless of how the mainstream media decides to not report it. But yet, once again, a 2% dip and $39 an ounce territory is very insignificant. But then again, we know there's a lot of pressures globally for gold and silver. And so it's going to be something to witness that will be very memorable. Okay, but let's get into the crypto space real quick. So that's another thing that I want to touch on, because clearly mainstream media love it, government love it. And whenever you get all these entities loving it, that lets you know where they're going to steer attention as well as funds. And so right now, looking at everything, all the bubbles are bright green. And so Bitcoin has touched $120,000. And so literally over the last, as you can see here, month, year, day, hour, it is up right now. And so the narrative has clearly shifted in favor of Bitcoin. And I believe it has a lot to do with the idea of trying to suppress and to quiet the metals issues as well as the metals surge, because the Western Hemisphere, as they've made it clear, want to lead and to basically bake it in stone that they're going to be driving the Bitcoin atmosphere from here on out, which clearly, SHA 256, NSA product, and all the things in between, it only makes sense to do that. So, still somewhat skeptical, but as a speculator, definitely going to ride the wave as well. But one thing that's different between riding the crypto wave and the tangible wave is that One is dependent upon a variety of forces in between, literally, to keep them operational. And that has a lot to do with the whole Bitcoin core versus knots issues right now. And a lot of people are very unhappy with that. And even in the X community, there's a lot of people making a lot of noise, concern with the update of the software. But then again, when you have this type of price activity, it once again quiets the noise when it comes to what is Core's intention with deciding to open up the op return for the sake of being able to include what the knots would determine as spam. But once again, clearly, it's just me sharing thoughts. With op return basically becoming unlimited in a sense, the small area where data can be stored that's now monetary data, that opens up for a new use case for Bitcoin beyond what we've known thus far. So ordinals, as well as all the other, slight bits of spam that's been put in there, messages and things of that nature, it's just it's old news. Now, what I believe, after this Core 30 is approved officially, rolled out, more people adopt it, then we're going to find out the company or two that have plans to implement some things for their benefit and how they're going to use that space, because all these changes are being steered by higher forces. And so maybe there's a new opportunity to make money that will be utilized with that space. And of course, they, meaning the people who are funding, backing the developer side of things, they know what they're doing. But then again, long as prices go up, that's what most people care about. The integrity of the chain, the security of the chain, the longevity of the chain, starts with incremental changes to where you look up one day and it's not what you thought it was. And again, that's why we have the entire digital asset space of other assets that can be used as well to help protect, preserve, as well as to profit off of this monetary reset that we're in. So we're going to see a lot more activity. But let me just get back to just some things here happening on the bubble side of things. So just taking a quick look as I zoom in here, we can see as of now, let's just go with what's up the most at this current moment. So we got some lower seeded Ethna. We got all these other coins here that I heard of but not familiar with. I don't speculate this far down in the food chain. And so as you can see here, we got Donald Trump's financial, World Liberty Financial. They're on the uptick. And so the Trump family definitely getting richer. And what else here? We got Cosmos, ICP, XRP, Polkadot. So yeah, as of right now, it looks like everything is up about a 1.5%, which is still early. And so it's only 12:30-ish, midday. And we're going to see a lot more exciting news throughout the day, I'm sure. But right now, gold and silver slammed. But then again, all the excitement is being rolled into the crypto space. So we'll see how this plays out throughout the day. But just want to take a minute to share a quick market minute update, share my 2 cents on some things, and just curious to get your thoughts. If you guys want to see more of these little quick off the cuff type explanations of highlighting a couple things here, definitely let me know in the comments, as well as if you're happen to be stumbling across this for the first time, definitely subscribe. I will definitely love to connect with you and share my 2 cents on a variety of things. So other than that, enjoy your day.